Welcome and good evening. As board president of the DELSEA Regional High School's Board of Education, I hereby certify all provisions of the Open Public Meeting Law, DL 1975, Chapter 231 have been met. Notice of this meeting has been mailed to the South Jersey Times, Sentinel, Daily Journal, as well as the municipal clerks at Franklin Township. Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call vote. Mrs. Tucci? Here. Mrs. Beck? Here. Mr. Rowley? Here. Mrs. Zaki? Mr. Woody? Here. Mr. Mattio? Here. Mrs. Gaglione? Here. Mr. Mayor? Here. President's here. Ms. Scope? Here. Presentations?
Yes, we have two tonight. We're going to switch the order because Mr. Bradley is here. Come on up, Sean. Mr. Bradley is this year's middle school teacher of the year, and he looks tired because he has a newborn, and he looks cranky because he has a newborn. But welcome, Sean.
She's sleeping like 7-8 hours as of like a week, so we're just.
Never say that.
You know what you just did, though?
But that's so yeah. I guess you guys want to say a few things. I actually thought about this on the way down, and I have spent now almost a third of my life here at DELSEA, and I am very proud every day that I get to come here and do what I do. I am proud of the work I get to do with the students here at DELSEA, folks like Maya, Quinn. It has been one of the great honors of my life. I'm very proud of it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sean.
All right. Thank you.
Next, we have, I think, the biannual SSDS report, Mr. Ciola and Dr. Mimi.
You're right. She said age before beauty. She's right. So the SSDS numbers for our reporting period 1 for the 2022-23 school year, we had 20 total incidents, which is on par from our pre-COVID numbers. What we're really looking at right now is our pre-COVID numbers to now. It was actually 21 in the same reporting period for the 19-20 school year. I'm pretty happy with those numbers because half of them, 10 of them, are what's called a substance offense, and that really has to do with our hard line on vaping policy. When a student gets caught with a vape, they're tested for illegal drugs, well, legal for them anyway, and sometimes with different things that come up. That's where half of those incidents come from. 10 of the 20 are related to vaping incidents. Any questions?
Good evening. So for the 22-23 reporting period 1 for the middle school, we had 13 incidences, which is, I can't really say on par compared to last year as I wasn't here, but we're also looking at about the same numbers for the 19-20 school year. Of those 13, 5 of them were alleged HIB incidences, which really means that those were called in and investigated as determined by the state standard, but they were actually found to not be HIBs, but we still have to put them as part of our state report. So that's actually a positive thing that we're looking into it, but we're not really finding that those behaviors are happening at the school. Does anyone have any questions?
Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Reading of the minutes.
First, before you vote, I put the executive session as your on top of your keyboard. It was mistakenly omitted from the agenda. We'll give a quick read and approve that, and then approve the executive as well.
Motion approved. Second, any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passed. Any questions? Citizens, any citizens wish to be heard, please step up. Ms.
Come on up,
Kalinsky.
Ms. Lindsay.
Good evening. Mr. Lightfoot's not here.
Right.
I had a question for him. Who could answer the question I have in his place?
Well,
On
let's
page-
try, let's see what the question is, and we'll see what the question is, and we'll see if we can answer it for you.
It's on page 6 of the agenda tonight. Students are staying overnight at Bowie's Casino, Atlantic City, for 2 nights. Is there some reason they can't come home? It's only a 25, 30-minute drive.
The school is not paying for that, the school does not pay for that, for the overnight stay. Am I right?
Yeah, it's just for insurance purposes, so they're covered. They're going to the state wrestling tournament. Some of them have early matches and so forth, so we approve them to stay overnight. And we approve this for, God forbid something happens insurance-wise, they're covered.
That's no cost to the taxpayer.
That's what I was thinking. Another question I have is, Mr. C, could you tell me teacher salary? Say teacher starts in September, brand new teacher.
Right.
Does she get 40 to 50,000 a year?
Well, it's negotiated through their union agreement. I don't know that number off the top of my head. If you want, I can show you. It's all public
It's
record.
approximately 53,
Got that.
approximately 53.
So this is a college student starting at 53, say in September.
A first-year teacher, yes. A first-year teacher.
What is the highest? I guess you would know the salary for a teacher.
89.
Is the contract up by any chance on?
First year.
You know, it's a 5-year contract, and we're going, 23, 24 will be going into our second year.
Oh, okay. The other question I have, I think there's quite a bit of sports in the schools today. To me, I think they're not necessary because it's quite a bit on the television. Test scores are down across the country. For some reason or another, they pointed out Baltimore. It's costing the taxpayers $21,000 per student. And they can't even read or do 2nd or 3rd grade math or reading. And these are 7th, 8th, 9th graders. I think it's the reason, I think it's too many sports, for one thing, in the schools today. Schools are supposed to be a learning institute, not a sports complex. I think that's a big problem today, too many sports, that the taxpayers are paying for all this and the kids are not learning. I don't know what the solution is. I think if they could cut some of the sports out that are not necessary, like bowling, golf, tennis, has nothing to do with education. So I'd like to see some of the sports cut back. You have night sports like wrestling, basketball, football, where the kids are out late during the night, and I think that's another problem. If they're getting home late from a sporting event, they're not home studying. So I think there should be more emphasis on learning than sports. I just hate to see the kids suffer, because they can't get a good job when they get out of school. I don't know what the solution
I
is.
understand your concern. You don't mind. High school is pretty much, we want our kids well-rounded, right? So they come here, absolutely, academics is first and foremost. 100% agree with you.
Yeah, but it's really not necessary, right?
What's that?
It's not necessary.
Sports?
Sports, yeah.
I mean, is anything
There's
necessary?
other- to me, it's not
necessary,
educational.
but it does provide our students with several things. Life lessons, it provides them, keep in mind that they have to keep their GPA up to a certain level to participate.
Yeah, that's the
So
kids
if
that
their, if their
participate.
grades
but
go
that's not-
down, then they're not able to participate in any of the sports.
Right, but that's only the kids that participate. I'm
Right.
talking about the kids that are out there at night attending the games.
Not that many. Those are Friday nights usually in football. There aren't that, mostly it's our parents who attend most of
Well,
our
it's
games.
usually basketball, wrestling,
Right,
that are your winter sports that are indoors
right.
over the winter.
We trust the parents to make sure that their kids are home and doing what they need to do. But
Certainly.
offering sports isn't hurting our students, it's actually helping them. Many of our kids could not get to college without our athletic program. The athletic program gives our kids college scholarships, all kinds of opportunities. So in our minds, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Now, I have one more question on this. Does DELSEA offer after-school programs for the kid? I guess D and F students are failing or almost failing if they have a D.
Yes, we offer
Is
extra
there
help
any,
during the day and after the day.
what was
It's
that?
we offer extra help during the school day and before and after the school day.
So, like after school, like school gets out, what, 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yes.
So you have an after-school program for kids that are having a hard
Tutoring, things
time?
like that, yes. Tutoring, things like that.
So how long is that class? Is it by other students or is it
Yeah,
teacher?
a lot of teachers stay after and work with kids after school, they're in their own classrooms. So it's about an hour, I'd say, an hour and a half at the most when the bus comes.
Do you see any, is that helping the students
I would
with
hope
that?
so.
And how many days is that? Is it 3-4 days a week?
It's not, go ahead.
I can tell you that during the school day, Mrs. Polinsky, we have a unit lunch at the high school, and there's tutoring that goes on every single day, 5 days a week, in every subject. There are mentoring programs after school to tutor students in math and English. We have National Honor Society students that work with struggling students in some of the lower grades. So we're trying everything to make sure that those students that are maybe struggling a little bit get the support they need. So it's every day and it's all day. Wherever we get a chance, we're trying to give extra.
Are they like students that are helping the
Some,
students? and
but
teachers?
it's a lot of teachers. Every teacher has tutoring times during the week where they do extra help, or if a student's been absent, they get to make up work, things like that, every day.
Because they had mentioned that the reading and math is the worst on the test scores that they've done over the United States. The kids are failing miserably, and they don't have a solution. Nobody's coming up with anything to help these kids succeed. And I know some kids do have a hard time learning, and I think they need a lot of help, with the tutoring and the after-school program. I know a lot of parents have 2 jobs today where they're not home at night to help the children. A single parent probably is doing 2 jobs. One during the day, maybe working at a restaurant. At night, she's probably cleaning offices. And a single parent, she has really not a lot of time to spend with her children at home. So I think that tutoring is a good idea if it helps, and the teachers also. I know it's not easy being a teacher today, but I can't blame the whole thing on teachers today either. I think the parents brought the children into the world. That's their responsibility to help these children with their studies. And like I was saying, it's hard to have 2 jobs where they can't really be home to help their kids at night. They're working 2 jobs. It's hard today to keep the lights on.
Thanks, Mr. Polinsky, good points.
Anybody else?
Yes, my name's Barry Palmer. My daughters attend both the high school and the middle school. I'd like to ask somebody maybe after the meeting if they could help me to understand a little bit more about the SSDS report.
Sure.
That's all.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
The principals are here, so
Great.
they'll be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, citizen section is closed. Personnel, Mr. Burrell.
Thank you, Mr. President. Make a motion to approve the following retirements and resignations with regret.
Second. All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve the following leave of absence as listed.
Okay. You have a second on the motion. Any questions on the motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve Abigail Jones to complete DLM testing at the middle school after her contracted hours at the high school at a rate of $31 per hour, not to exceed 25 hours.
Second. You have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? Roll call vote. Mrs. Tucci?
Yes.
Mrs. Beck?
Yes.
Mr. Borelli?
Yes.
Mr. Doherty? Yes. Mr. Mario?
Yes.
Mrs. Gaglione?
Yes.
Mr. Minio?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes.
Make a motion to approve the following 2022-2023 curriculum development assignment as listed.
You have a second. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve Jessica Ebinger for a 7-period stipend in the amount of $5,000, which is prorated due to the anticipated dates.
Second. You have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
I make a motion to approve the following alternative school and bookbinder staff for the 2022-2023 school year at a previously approved rate as listed.
Second. You have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
I make a motion to approve the following staff for credit completion for the 2022-2023 school year at a previously approved rate.
Second. You have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve Kelly Martino as the 2023 summer shade coordinator at previously approved rate.
Second. You have a second on this motion? Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Abstentions? Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve Sarah Nervine as a substitute nurse for the alternative school and bookbinders program for the 2022-2023 school year at a previously approved rate.
Second. You have a second on this motion? Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Morelli. Mr. Minio, clerk's report.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. President. Make a motion to approve the board secretary report in accordance with 18A 1736 and 18A 17-9 for the month of January 2023. Board secretary certifies no line item account has been overexpended in violation of NJAC 6A-23A 1610. 3, and sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligations for the remainder of the fiscal year.
Second. You have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve the treasurer's report in accordance with 18A 17-36 and 18A 17-9 for the month of January 2023. The treasurer's report and secretary's report are in agreement for the month of January 2023.
Second. You have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve in accordance with NJAC 6A 23A-1610C 2 and certification of board secretary. There are no changes in the anticipated revenue amounts or revenue sources.
Second. You have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Abstentions? Opposed? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve the Board of Education certification pursuant to NJAC 6A 23A-1610C 4 to certify after review of the Secretary's monthly financial report and upon consultation with the appropriate district officials that to the best of our knowledge, no major accounts or funds have overexpended in violation of NJAC 6A 23A-1610B, and sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligations for the remainder of the fiscal year.
Second. You have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve the report of transfers for January 2020.
We have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? Roll call vote. Mrs. Katucci.
Yes.
Mrs. Beck.
Yes.
Mr. Borelli.
Yes.
Mr. DeWitty.
Yes.
Mr. Matteo.
Yes.
Mrs. Gaglione.
Yes.
Mr. Minio.
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Make a motion to approve the following bills as listed.
Second. You have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? Roll call vote. Mrs. Katucci.
Yes.
Mrs. Beck.
Yes.
Mr. Borelli.
Yes.
Mr. DeWitty.
Yes.
Mr. Matteo. Mrs. Gaglione.
Yes.
Mr. Minio. Chair votes yes. Thank you. Okay, Mr. DeWitty.
I make a motion to approve the following clinics, workshops as listed.
Second. You have a second on this motion? Any questions on this motion? Roll call vote. Mrs. Katucci.
Yes.
Mrs. Beck.
Yes.
Mr. Borelli.
Yes.
Mr. Woody.
Yes.
Mr. Matteo.
Yes.
Mr. Gaglione.
Yes.
Mr. Minio.
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
I make a motion to approve the following graduate coursework as listed.
Second. We have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
I make a motion to approve the submission of the FY23 amended Perkins grant.
Second. We have a second on this motion. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
I make a motion to approve submission of the 2023-2024 Comprehensive Equity Plan Statement of Assurance.
Second. We have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstention? Motion carried.
I make a motion to approve submission of the FY 2023 Title I Amendment to the ESEA Consolidated Grant.
Second. We have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstention? Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve the following course name change for school year 2023-2024 as listed.
Second. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried. Thank you. Ms. Katucci.
I make a motion to approve on first reading the following policies and regulations as listed.
Second. We have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
That concludes my report.
Thank you. We need to take Mr. White, please. I'll take it.
I make a motion to approve the following athletic positions for the 2022-2023 school year as listed.
Second.
Second.
You have a second. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
I make a motion to approve the wrestling team to stay overnight at Bally's in Atlantic City for the state tournament from March 2nd, 2023 through March 4th, 2023.
Second.
We have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
I will make a motion to approve the following facility request as listed.
Second.
We have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried. Transportation, Mrs. Beck?
Cafeteria. Yeah. I make a motion to approve the following cafeteria report for January 2023 as listed.
Second.
We have a second on this motion. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried. Transportation.
I make a motion to approve the following 2022-2023 transportation expenditures as listed.
We have a second on this motion. Any questions on this motion? All in favor? Opposed? Abstention? Motion carried.
I make a motion to approve the following 2022-2023 transportation jointure as listed.
Second. We have a second on this motion. Any question on this motion? Roll call vote. Mrs. Cattucci?
Yes.
Mrs. Beck?
Yes.
Mr. Borelli?
Yes.
Mr. Woody?
Yes.
Mr. Mayo?
Yeah.
Mrs. Gaglione?
Yes.
Mr. Dominio?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Recommend the board approve the following special education tuition student placements as listed.
Second.
Do I have a second? Any questions on this motion? Roll call vote. Mrs. Cattucci?
Yes.
Mrs. Beck?
Yes.
Mr. Borelli?
Yes.
Mr. Woody?
Yes.
Mr. Mayo?
Yes.
Mrs. Gaglione?
Yes.
Mr. Dominio?
Yes.
Chair votes yes.
Recommend the board approve the following field trips in accordance with our fee schedule and educational significance as listed.
So moved.
Do we have a second on this motion? Any questions on this motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Recommend the board approve the January 2023 high school middle school gift report as presented last month.
So moved.
Do we have a second? Any questions on this motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Recommend the board acknowledge the receipt of the February 2023 high school middle school gift report as presented.
So moved.
Second on this motion?
Second.
Any questions on this motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carried.
For the information of the board, Michelle DePasquale, our high school vice principal, announced the birth of her daughter Logan, coming in at a whopping 8 pounds, 8 ounces, 21 inches long. Your district reports are there for your perusal, and that concludes my report.
Pressure's on.
All right. So I don't have an official report because obviously this time of year is very busy for all of us. But I would like to give a couple of reminders, so I made a list for you all, because I just kind of wanted to give reminders so you can be as involved in student life as you want to be, or as you choose to be. I'm just going to give you some options here. So first of all, the high school play, our opening night is tomorrow, and we have a show tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday at 6:30, and then another show at Saturday at 1:30. So if you want to come see Little Shop of Horrors, it's really good. I would come see it. Bring the kids, bring the family. But also, right after that ends, spring sports start. So like golf, baseball, softball, things like that. So I'm sure any updates on that you can find in Mr. Cecile's newsletter on the website. He updates that thing like daily. And then after that, Mr. DELSEA is coming March 16th at 7:30 p.m. And me and Quinn are hosting, so I brought Quinn. So if you want to come, it's really, for those of you who don't know what Mr. DELSEA is, it's basically like a beauty pageant for guys, but also a talent show at the same time. It's really fun, like guys compete for the crown. It's just a very fun event that students can go to, anyone can really go to. It's just a very happy environment. And this is the first year that we actually have 12 contestants, since COVID obviously, because last year we only had 4. So definitely you can see that it's picking up, so I can just tell that this year is going to be really fun and a good year. So if you want to come to that event as well, again, it's March 16th at 7:30. But other than that, I have nothing else to report.
Tickets to Mr. DELSEA often sold out in the past.
They have, yeah, because they're much cheaper than play tickets, so also people are more willing to go.
But it's a fun night.
It is a really fun night, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Borelli, executive board member report?
Nothing other than what's attached, really, from the School Boards Association.
Thank you. Mr. Collins?
Recommend the board approve the contract with Gloucester County Special Services School District for purchasing of non-public technology and non-public textbooks for the 23-24 school year.
So moved.
Second on this? Do we have a second? Any questions on this motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Recommend the board approve the certification of compliance with the federal and state law respecting the reporting of compensation for certain employees for the calendar year ending December 31, 2022.
So moved.
Second on this?
Second.
Second, we have a second. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried.
Move my report.
Any old business? Any new business?
I'd like to, under new business, the project at the field house is underway. They raised the building today, and it's going well. There's a few obstacles in the way, but between the administrators and the engineers, they're addressing them, so we're in good shape. Looks like work is on time, and hopefully we'll meet the
schedule.
Citizens,
I don't know if I was sleeping during the part of the education committee meeting or not, but just a quick comment, if I may, to Dr. Bader. Looking at some of the competitions and the workshops that people were going to, pretty exciting. I was very impressed. And if I could ask, on behalf of the board, maybe on the return, a report to the board, they approve these, like Dr. Berner's going to go to the, one of the workshops online. Coming back, I'm sure there's going to be a great learning curve and new information, but hearing from him, I know Mr. Clark did a phenomenal job with video and production. Just, he's going to be in competition, sharing with the board the kind of fine work that Mr. Cliver and our administration, and I think Brianna Ricci is going along in some other kinds of sessions. Just hearing, we approve them.
Great
I
idea.
think some of the board members would enjoy hearing. It's just a matter of success, but the learning process.
Great idea.
I'm sorry I fell asleep during your report.
citizens, please. Yes.
Mark.
Let Mrs. Speaker first. Okay. Mrs. Walensky?
Yeah, I meant to ask, I guess Mr. C or Dr. Ramier, can you, one of these, tell me what the taxpayers are paying per student for education?
We're actually working on that right now. We're finishing up our budget, and I'll have that for you as soon as we're done, so you'll know what it is going forward. We'll have a tuition rate per student. It's for the high school and middle school, it's around $15,000 to $16,000 over the last couple of years, but I'll have a more accurate number once the budget's finished.
Right now it's 15 to 16?
It's been averaging around 15,000, 16,000 for the regular ed students in high school and middle school.
Very great. That's a lot better than Baltimore, 21,000
Well,
kids are learning. All right, thank you for that.
Bill Morris, Oak Avenue, Malaga. Question, in the last month, Pittsgrove and Newfield had a meeting about bailing out of DELSEA and Franklin. I know Franklin, 10% of the student population is from Newfield. Here, I don't know the percentage. What's going to be the ramifications if the state says yes to this?
So at the moment, we're less than 10, I want 8 something, 9%?
yeah, we have 127 students from Newfield that are in these two buildings.
So it's a little less than Franklin is at the moment. Ramifications are certainly that we lose the tuition that those students bring with them, to come here. But at the moment, we're kind of in a bit of a limbo. So that feasibility study is being discussed. We are waiting for the funds for our feasibility study that Newfield joined willingly. So there are really 2, I guess, dueling feasibility studies that'll need to be looked at, I would hope, before the voters get to decide. I would want them to see both options and opportunities. So at the moment, we're going to go a little more digging, and we'll see.
Now, if it's Newfield decides they want to stay here, does that mean Elk, Franklin, Newfield, all 3 have to vote to merge the district?
No, I'm sorry.
Right, go ahead.
It's actually, the vote is from Newfield, Pittsgrove, and Elmer. Elk and Franklin have no vote.
But you talked about whether they want
I'm saying on the second survey.
Yeah, if it was turned around, then they would have to vote, correct.
But DELSEA does this, at this point, is on the sidelines on any vote.
Well, our feasibility study for our side of the district is that DELSEA, Franklin, Elk, and Newfield would regionalize into one district.
Okay,
That's our proposal. But we're waiting, like I said, from the state for the funds to study that proposal. I've been assured that funds are coming, and we'll hear about them in the next month or 2. But those are 2 very different feasibility studies.
no, I understand
I feel
that.
like voters need to have all the details of both of those studies before they can make an informed decision.
Because I'm concerned about the academics or the extra mechanical courses, in lieu of a better term.
I get concerned. We are starting some really great CTE programs. We have building and construction already. We're starting plumbing in September. We're starting electric in September. We're starting law enforcement in September. 19 AP classes, 18 dual credit classes, JROTC. we have great opportunities for those kids when they come to the high school here, and that's why we'd like the voters to have all the information, not just vote on one feasibility study at a time. It's better to see the bigger picture and make a decision then.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
My name's Barry Palmer. We live in the borough of Newfield, and I just wanted to ask a couple more questions regarding that, what we just spoke about. So the feasibility study, that is going to be, you're talking about 6 months from now, a year when? Those are the facts that we should, base our, judgment call on as an individual,
Right.
and when would that be coming?
So Pittsgrove and Newfield applied for their grant to get money for their study, and they received it rather quickly. We applied last May, June, I can't even remember the exact month, and we're still waiting to hear. When I contact the state, they tell me, yes, decision will be made, the money is there, he'll be getting some money, but you have to wait a little longer. That's why I'm hoping that Newfield will say, put the brakes for a minute until we have both studies done. We'd like to compare Pittsgrove's option to DELSEA's option, right?
Okay. So I should be going to the Newfield,
Asking for both feasibility studies. To be
Okay,
completed.
all
No,
right.
I shouldn't tell you what to do.
right, okay.
I would want all the facts before I made a decision.
Okay. I mean, what's the likelihood that's going to come out within the next 6 months?
I imagine once we get the funding, the study usually takes 6 to 8 months, I would think. So it's
Okay.
probably within a year. So there would just be a holdup in voting, I would hope, for one.
And what would the, time frame for, if that were to get approved for Newfield students to go to another high school,
Well, the way I was looking at because I went to their meeting, and they are looking to phase students out as they enter new buildings.
Okay.
So for example, in Janvier, they're there pre-K to 2, I think. And so after second grade, they would then go to the elementary school, the Pittsgrove schools. There's another building that's 3 and 4. When they finish that building, they pull them out. So any student who I think is at DELSEA, they might let stay for the duration, I'm not quite sure. But every time a student leaves the building, they want them to move into their district.
Okay, and if I had any questions after the meeting, who
Give me a
could I
call.
speak to?
Give me a call.
Okay, great. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Any other questions from the board? Okay, since this section is closed, no second. Motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
Have a second, any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion closed. Thank you.
Thank you all.